Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some second skin fragrances in my perfume collection. These are fragrances that are very inoffensive. They just feel like second skin. They feel like you, but better. It's inviting, a little musky, powdery. They don't really smell too fruity, too floral. I wanted to put them all in one video and share them with you guys. So if you are interested in the fragrances that I have in my collection, which are musky second skin type of fragrances, just keep on watching. Today, I have musky second skin fragrances that just feel natural and musky, a little powdery. Great if you work in the medical field or if you work somewhere where you can't wear fragrances that are too loud, too obnoxious, too floral or fruity. Not clean as in soapy, but you smell clean in a nice musky second skin type of way. I am going to start off with some body mist that I have. Then I will get into the perfumes. I don't know if these are still available at Bath and Body Works, but I did pick them up recently and I definitely recommend these, especially to layer with the fragrances that I'm going to talk about. So the first one is the Musk number 3 Mist from Bath and Body Works. This one has notes of musk, mimosa flower, and rice milk. Whenever you see rice milk combined with musk, it's going to give you just very soothing, calming, smooth musk fragrance. I love to use this one after I take a shower in the evening when I'm just gonna be lounging around at home, relaxing. It's just that type of scent. It's a little creamy in a musky way. It's smooth. This is a great one. If they still have this at Bath and Body Works, this is so good. So that is my first one. Next up, I think these, if they're not out in stores, I think they might be getting released again, hopefully. But this one is If You Musk. Reminds me of Glossier You, which is another one that will fit in this video perfectly. I finished my bottle of Glossier You, so I don't have it with me, but that one I will talk about a little bit after I mention If You Musk, which literally smells like Glossier You. So if you want an affordable option, If You Musk is a perfect dupe. You're gonna get the same kind of vibe out of this one. There's iris, pink pepper, and airy musk. The pink pepper to me is pretty noticeable in Glossier You as well. The notes are iris, pink pepper, ambroxan, and ambrette. I absolutely love ambrette and it really does a lot for this fragrance. The iris gives it a little bit of that powdery touch. The pink pepper is what I didn't enjoy that much in the fragrance. So the first fragrance I'm going to be sharing with you guys is Commodity Paper, and this is the personal one. So this one is described as for me and the few I allow close. So that lets you know that it's a more intimate type of fragrance. It's not a fragrance that's going to be crazy. Ooh, this one's so God, I love this one. So the notes for this one are ISO E Super and Sandalwood, Amber in the mid, and woodsy notes and vetiver. So for sure, it's a little bit more woody, but there's still this softness to it. It's so good. It's perfect for every day, perfect for work. If you work somewhere that you cannot wear fragrances that are too loud or too sharp, this is really nice. And when it mixes in with the skin, I do get this tiny bit of a sweetness that I'm not too sure where it's coming from because these notes are just very woody notes, but there is, at least on my skin chemistry, it gets a little bit sweet, a little woody, and musky. Now these next ones I've talked about a million times. These are some of my favorite fragrances. I started off first with Juliette Has a Gun, Not a Perfume. And this fragrance, when I first got it, I remember thinking to myself, what is the big hype about this fragrance? Because first of all, I went nose blind with this fragrance. Every time that I would try to wear it, I would smell it for the first few minutes and then it was like, it was gone. I kept trying to make it work, and in Puerto Rico, in the heat, in the summer, this was a love. Like, I just couldn't get enough of this fragrance. It just smells so good. And these are very hard to explain because I cannot tell you this smells like pineapple or this smells like strawberries. It's just more of like a feeling. It smells like a fluffy cloud, just so good and just so inviting, and in the heat, not a perfume definitely projects off of the skin and it just smells amazing. And this one has ambroxan and cetilox. This one is just perfect for me. It smells so inviting, so good. I love it so much. And then recently I fell in love with Juliette Has a Gun Not a Perfume Super Dose. This one's amazing, the original, not a perfume, but the super dose, I feel like it just, what I thought couldn't get better, the super dose does better. And when you first spray these fragrances, I'm not gonna lie, when you first spray these, they're not the most amazing fragrance ever. I feel like these really depend on the person's skin and how that fragrance is going to interact with your skin, but these on me are just, I love them and they perform so good. Super dose will literally just radiate and project off my skin, and it just makes me feel so good. It makes me even feel sexy, but like in a clean way. And this one definitely has a little bit more of that woodiness, which I can get in the paper. This one only has one note, which is cetilox. I feel like these fragrances are the types of fragrances that you can layer with other perfumes if you kind of want to smooth them out and make them a little less sharp or a little bit more airy and fluffy. These are great to do that with. Now, you guys know I love to give affordable options wherever I can. So if you like the idea or the sound of Juliette Has a Gun, not a perfume, but you want something that's more affordable, the one that smells almost identical to Juliette Has a Gun, not a perfume, is Dossier Musky Musk. Now, I have that in a box because I'm gonna send it to my sister because I already have not a perfume. I have super dose, so I figured I had too many of the same scent, but oh my god, that fragrance is so close to not a perfume. It is such a good inspired version of not a perfume, and you can find them at Walmart. You can order from their website. Not sponsored, but I just wanted to give you guys a more affordable option if you're looking for that. So this next fragrance is a niche fragrance for those of you who love niche perfumes. This one was sent to me by Twisted Lily, so you can find it there. You can also find samples of the fragrances on Twisted Lily for, I believe it's $5. So if you want to try this fragrance, you can definitely try it out first and get a sample from them. I will add a code on the screen so that you can save 10% off of your order. And this is Fugazi Angel Dust. And I didn't know that they had different types on the website until I saw that right now. So they have the original Angel Dust, which has notes of cashmere, Calabrian bergamot, pepper, cashmere, and white amber crystals. This one is the extrait version. I had no idea. This one has notes of pink pepper, cashmere, dark wood, and white amber. Ooh, this one is so good. This one definitely has a stronger woody presence, I would say, but it's still very soft, and it's still one that you can wear the same way as these, but you are gonna get a little bit more oomph with this one. The woodiness is a little bit turned up, but it's amazing. It still has that same musky feeling to it. So good. It's definitely, to me, feels kind of like if you want to dress up and go towards that type of fragrance, this would be the option, like a great option to go with. It smells really nice, and this is definitely something that I think can be unisex as well, because it will smell amazing on a man as well as on a woman. So that is Angel Dust. Okay, next up, now we're leaning more towards Second Skin, musky, but they have a little something to it. Maybe a little bit of vanilla, maybe a little bit of a floral, but it still has like that Second Skin effect. So here's one that I have been loving so much. This made it to my most recent favorites video, and this is by Fleur. This is Fleur Father Figure, and I started off with a travel size of this fragrance. I really loved it. It has this very calming vibe to it. It just smells so good, and whenever I put this fragrance on, my husband always notices it. The notes are definitely more notes than the others. There's fig, water lily, cassis, orris root, iris, jasmine, musk, sandalwood, Madagascar vanilla, and patchouli leaf. I do pick up on the fig And that's my favorite part of this fragrance because it's like a second skin, but you're getting a little bit of that fig in there, which gives a little bit of a fruity feel to it, but it's still powdery, it's still musky, it's still airy and like a cloud. It just has a little bit more of that fruitiness in there, but it's not too much. It's not a juicy fragrance. It's not super sweet or fruity. It's just a hint of it. I will say what I pick up the most is that powderiness in here, and it just smells amazing. This is one that I definitely recommend. This next one is probably the first kind of skin-like type of fragrance that I added to my collection, if I remember correctly. Well, Juliette Has It Gun, Not a Perfume, was the first one. But after that, I will say that this was the next one. And I bought this once, returned it because I thought that it was horrible with performance, but it was because I really didn't overspray back then. So there definitely are certain fragrances that you can go crazy overspraying. So these that I talked about today, you can overspray because they're just gonna create this very nice cloud around you, but it's not too much. So with this one, you definitely, well, I definitely suggest overspraying. And this one is Clean Reserve Skin. So again, this one also has a little something extra to it. This one is so, I cannot wait to wear this one. I'm gonna bring it out soon because I haven't worn it in a while. If you are a sweet person, this one is probably the sweetest out of the ones that I just talked about. The notes are praline, musk, salt, tonka bean, and leather. So that praline definitely gives it a little bit of a sweetness. It's just musky. The leather really kind of like makes this fragrance warm, sweet, musky, smooth. So good. Now this one you can definitely go crazy. I bathe myself with this one when I wear it, so I have a pretty good dent on this one because the times that I do wear it, I pretty much go crazy with the sprays. This one is beautiful just for those days where you're running errands, maybe you're getting your nails done, your hair done, something, but you want to smell really good but not too much. This is such a good one. Actually, all of the ones I talked about today are good for that. Now if you want a more vanilla touch to this type of scent DNA, I have two that I think are great. The first one is by the Seven Virtues, and this one is Amber Vanilla. So you guys know I fell in love with this one. I also started off with a travel size of this one, and I just added the full size to my collection because it was just so good. And this one reminds me so much of Glossier You, but a little smoother. The vanilla is a little sweeter in there, and it's not as peppery. So if the pink pepper in Glossier You bothers you for any reason, Amber Vanilla is the way to go. It smells very similar. It does have pink pepper in here too, but I don't pick it up as much as I do in Glossier You. The notes are pink pepper, carnation, lily of the valley, iso e super, and boxin, vanilla, and musk. So this one definitely gives you, like I said, a little bit more of that vanilla touch. If you want that musky, airy, thin type of fragrance, but with a little bit of vanilla and sweetness to it, Amber Vanilla is the one. So this next one, I only have a travel size of it, but if you're looking for that type of musky, woody type of scent, but also with vanilla and very niche smelling, even though it's not niche, this is a good one. This one is by Boy Smells, and this is called Vanilla Era. So there's black pepper, saffron, tulip, olibanum. So as you can see, it's a little bit more complex. It has more of those notes that a lot of niche fragrances has. It has cashmere wood, iso e super, beetroot, which is super unique, vanilla absolute, black amber, and papyrus. Papyrus, I think someone told me. And this one, definitely more for those dressed up type of nights, for date night, for evening. It just has more to it. So I do still get like that musky vibe in here, but it's definitely packed with a little bit more. So there's vanilla in here. It's woody. It smells very expensive and niche. I feel like this fall season I'm really gonna like this one, and that's when I'll be able to tell if I want to bring in the full size of this one. But it's a really nice one to check out if you want something that's a little bit different, smells a little more expensive. It's just really nice. I would say for date night, for going out to dinner, for going out in the evening. This is such a good one. And the last one I wanted to mention is, again, a little bit of the second skin, but it also has this warm ambery and a little floral. So if you want a little bit of a floral touch in this type of fragrances, I would say that Kylie's Cosmic is a good choice for that. And the notes are star jasmine, blood orange, amber, red peony, musk, vanilla, and cedar. So this does have kind of like that base that these other ones have, but it has more of this warm, sexy, ambery, a little floral, very sexy, but still very wearable. You can wear this pretty much anytime, but it does have this sexiness, this floral touch. Definitely has a little bit more to it. So if you're trying to stick to just very musky, powdery, kind of like I said, for the medical field, maybe I wouldn't go with this one, depending on how it smells on you, because this one does have a little bit more going on. But if you're looking for that type of fragrance with a little more to it, this one's really, really nice. That brings me to the end of today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I've never done this type of note video on my channel, and I feel like this is one that I can update you guys yearly because it's one of my favorite scent profiles lately. I noticed that these are the types of fragrances that I really, really gravitate towards, and I can wear them anytime. And I know that I'm going to love them. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so, so much for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I will see you guys in my next video.